everyone, I hope I won't scare you in this video because you are seeing my bare face with no foundation or anything, no concealer, and oh, I know it really looks bad. Um, my skin has been really good for a few months, but somehow this month it has been really bad. I've got a breakout down here, it's healing, but you can see the bump. I've got one here, right here. Just waiting for how it's gonna turn out, and one here, this is the latest one, so more redness, and this one it's kind of like healing halfway through. Last week or even last week I had been really busy, so I didn't notice that there's potential breakouts, so I didn't like put on any cream especially to stop those pimples from coming out, so that's the reason why it came out just like that. Actually, I got another one down here. It's not, oh yeah, it's here, not showing up too well. My camera is not picking up. Yeah, so I'm just gonna show you what I do, and just a brief background about my skin. I've got really oily skin, not even combination. The only place that's dry is under my eyes, everywhere else is oily, and yeah, and you know my skin condition. So I do have scarring that is healing, so you can't really see because it has lightened a lot, but you can see there's a little bit of like spots around here, but it's really healing. So alright, anyway, the first step I use is the Makeup Forever HD uh, primer, and I'm in number 6. So number 6 kind of like helps to besides priming, it helps to kind of brighten up my face so it doesn't look that dull. They have many other colors, like they have the green one for those that are really acne prone, so it really helps to neutralize the redness. They have the pink one for people with pale skin and their skin will be slightly glowy after they use that one, and some other colors, I'm not too sure, but I've been using this one, the yellow one, to help brighten my skin. And because my face is super oily, so I wanted a super an extra protection by using Urban Decay Slick, and this is oil control makeup setting spray. According to the instructions here, shake well and spray it before foundation and after. So I'm just gonna spray it and let it set. Meanwhile, I'll just prepare whatever makeup items that I would need, and most of the time I use Revlon Color Stay Foundation because it gives a really good coverage, and unlike the other foundations that I used before, it definitely is more matte, and it doesn't have that sticky feeling, which I don't need to. Maybe people with dry skin would need the other kind of foundations, but this one really suits me. I'm talking about MAC Studio Fluid Foundation, I think, and even Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, which is supposed to help my skin stay matte, doesn't work. Still has got that very sticky feel. So Revlon Color Stay works very well together with this and this. Oops, okay, but this one doesn't work on its own. It really needs the backup of the other two items. So yeah, so we'll go on. So I'll just, as much as I love this one, it doesn't have a pump, so I need a brush to work it out. Oh, anyway, I'm in color Warm Golden. As much as I like this foundation, the downside to this is that it doesn't have like lots of color shades. So this one is not exactly yellowish and not exactly pinkish. My skin, it's like NC color, not NW, so this is more like it. And one thing I don't like about this, it doesn't have a palm, so some people put it like at the back of the palms, but I've got really small. The thing I do actually is to put on my concealer, and I'm using MAC's Studio Finish Concealer number NC30. So it comes in a pot and you just have to open it up. It's really creamy. So my sister actually bought it, and it's meant to cover her pimples, but I find that it doesn't suit my skin type because my skin is really oily, and if I use it on my blemishes, it might slide together my foundation. So I thought I would just use it on the dry spot of my face, which is my under eye circles. So I'm just going to use a mirror right here, but you probably can see what I do. So what I do is I'll just take it on my ring finger, and to kind of like warm it up so it's slightly more creamy. Then what I do is I put it exactly where the darkest part of my dark circles is, which is right here. So it's usually between the area where it doesn't have a dark circle and the area where there is dark circle. So it's usually this part, and I usually concentrate it at this part, and I'll just blend it out. Usually I apply it a little bit thick, as you can probably see, and if I have too much, I just bring it up here so it acts like a highlight. So same on the other side. So it should look something like this, and as you can see, it gives an instant like brightness, and I suddenly look more awake. So that's the trick. And next I use Sephora's palette, those with 4 colors. I'm not sure whether it can pick up. Yeah, it should be able to pick up any palette. Mine happens to be a Sephora one, and there are 4 colors, like the 2 skin color, and they have this purple one, it's meant for brightening, and they have the, oh, I'm really bad at this. I'm using the green one. I'm not sure whether the camera can pick up, but this is green. Looks like blue, but it is green. And it actually, like I said, neutralizes redness. My blemishes is like almost burgundy color or brown, but I use it on blemishes, so I kind of like pat it, not carefully, I just pat a lot of it so it looks like this. I wouldn't recommend disturbing like a fresh new pimple. So if it's a fresh new pimple, what I do is I'll just use like currently I'm using Maria Badescu drying cream, so I'll put that on, and then I kind of like blend it together with my foundation, but I do not use any concealer on that. So yeah, so that's that. So I just kind of like dab everywhere I need to dab it. And being an Asian skin, I don't have redness. All I have is like blemishes and acne. And then I'll very quickly just take my foundation on my finger. I have this habit of starting from my nose, and I use Sigma's flat top kabuki brush. And this is really good at evening out my liquid foundation. And really, I've used like a normal traditional foundation brush, the flat ones and the white ones. It takes a lot of time. Then I use my finger. I mean, it's much faster, but coverage wise it's not as good. This one, it's a total winner. Just use a little bit like how I show you, and then just stipple it on the skin, and it really helps to give it a very good coverage. So I usually put it on my forehead. Like I said, people like to put it at the back of their hands. I don't know. I don't like that because, like I said, I've got really small palms, and I thought that I'll just waste it, some of the products here. So why don't I just immediately transfer it to my skin? But seriously, if anyone from Revlon is watching this, if there is, you know, a palm would really be good. So and then on my skin as well, so like over the concealed area, and you can see that it really covers my blemish as well. You can see my blemish just now, you can see a little bit of it. We'll work on that very soon. And then last but not least, some over here, putting a funny face. And with whatever I have left, I'll just put it around. Up. And you can see my skin looks instantly more flawless. And I'll go back to my Studio Fix if it doesn't cover. Most of the time with this brush and the coverage given by Revlon Color Stay, if it's my healing scars, it totally like cover the scars. But because I've got one bump right here, so it needs a little bit more coverage. So what do? I just use the same one like that. Not too much, it's fine. I'll just kind of like dab it lightly. Got one more here. And then again use the stippling brush and stipple it on. It will blend out your concealer for you, so you don't have to worry about blending it. Okay. At that, it's like gone. Ryan.
Bye.
No.
Bye.
Okay, next, just to set the concealer under my eyes, I'm using Revlon Color Stay Mineral Foundation, and I'm in color light medium. Actually, I'm in the color medium, which is darker, but they kind of like discontinued it, so I just use whatever. And I'm using Sigma's Tapered Highlighter F35. It's a small tapered brush like that, just perfect for my under eye. So I just use a tiny bit of the product. I kind of like dab it down there first, and then I even it out. Like that. And then to set my foundation, you can always use, if you got good complexion, you can always use loose powder that doesn't have coverage at all. But because I need that extra coverage, I'm using that mineral foundation. It's not as thick, but it has coverage, but it has got the loose consistency, so I use that one. And it has got a brush here, the horrible, pull it out like that, horrible sharp brush, so I never use it, scratches my face. So I use Sigma's angled top kabuki brush, which looks like this, and I just kind of like pick up the powder in the brush, and all I do is like dab it, or again stipple it around my face area. So again, just a tiny bit of that. Whoops, you can hardly see it, but really tiny bit really goes a long way, because all I need to do is set it and give it a little bit of coverage. Again, on the eyes. So I basically do it in segments, like my cheek on its own, and then nose and my mouth area. Just whenever I do, I'll just give that coverage. Well, if you do not really have oily skin, you can stop there. But for me, what I do is I've got an extra step that I just discovered. Oh no, it's coming. So like I was saying, I just discovered an extra step. At that point of time, I think I bought the wrong shade powder, which is like much darker. So I wanted to kind of, I didn't want to waste that money, so I just used it on my face, and then I wanted something lighter. So I kind of like thought, oh, at that point of time, I bought a blot powder from MAC, which is like this, and at the same time, I bought a shade which is much lighter than I should. So I thought a good combination. I'm gonna like mix the two of them together. And when I used the blot powder at the first stage of my like foundation routine, I noticed that it keeps my face like matte compared to if I don't put it on. So I'll just like dust it very lightly all over my face, just very lightly, because I didn't want my face to look like too powdery. So yes, so yeah, that's how the powder looks like. It's not supposed to give you any coverage. It's supposed to be really sheer. Just that at times it does show up a little bit, so that's why I have to be really careful when I use that. And yeah, so I'm done with like the face. So this is my foundation routine. I really hope that it's helpful for you. I didn't want to go on with like blusher and everything else because the name of this tutorial is like foundation routine. And the most important thing is, just before I end everything, I use this Sleek oil control makeup setting spray. So I kind of like spray it in segments as well, like the forehead to the cheeks individually, and my nose area. So yeah, it really turns out to be flawless. So I hope it's helpful for you guys who has got scarring problems and like pimples like me as well. Yeah, I kind of like figured out these steps, but it wouldn't be as well if I do not use this Sigma brush. The effect wouldn't be as good as this one as well, because I remember just very recently when I started using it, my colleague was telling me that my skin is looking much better, and I said that, well, it's not recovering that fast, but I think it's because of this brush that it's working really well. And I actually use it on my aunt who has got at that point of time 2 pimples and freckles, freckles augmentation. It does well on her skin, so yeah, I really have to give credits to the brush. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment below. You can even put your video response to how did you put it on, because I might be able to pick up something from you to make the whole routine faster in the morning. So far I spent about 20-25 minutes, so if there's any way I can spend lesser time, just leave a video response. Alright, okay, have a great weekend. Bye!